you're listening to Eastside Radio 89.7 FM, and it is nice beach weather, but some of us are still very anxious for the sharks that are in the ocean. We're going to talk with Andre Slade from OceanFit how anxious we actually should be about sharks in the ocean. Andre, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
What is this? Sharks? Should we actually? Are they our friends or enemies?
Well, I think they're our friends. I've been an ocean swimmer and within surf ice saving and sailing and pretty much everything you can think of to do with the ocean in my 32 years, and I've never seen one. So I would definitely say I swim in the ocean a lot more than anyone else. And, well, not everyone, but I'd definitely be at the high end, and I've never seen one. I'd love to see one. If I saw a shark in their own environment, I'd be pretty stoked. So,
but we hear this news, and there's like people who missing arms or dying. I mean, it's real stuff.
Yeah, definitely is really real stuff. And, there are lots of myths out there. It is very sensational. The media love it. The pictures are great. The headlines are awesome. But at the end of the day, it doesn't happen very often. This year we've gone through, in the last couple of months, especially in WA, we've gone through a spate where we've had, a couple, one after the other, which kind of blow things out of proportion. But at the end of the day, they don't happen very often, and you're probably more likely to be in strife on the way to the beach in a car accident than you are actually from meeting a shark out there.
Yeah, so that's actually, it doesn't happen all that often compared to the other things that are threatening us in our lives. Just about sharks, they're not. How close do they get to the beach?
It depends all the time. It depends what's happening in the water. If we've got bait fish out there, if there's lots of them around and they're coming in towards the beach, well, the sharks might come in. It depends what's happening in the kind of ecosystem at the time, whether there's lots of food. And if they've got lots of food out at sea, well, they're going to spend their time out there because that's where they normally live. If they're following food in, whether it's seals or other bait fish and things like that, then they might stray outside their territory. But for the most part, they're sticking to where they normally are, and they don't come to the beach that often.
Okay, so they don't come that close. For who is it actually dangerous? Is it for the surfers who go further up, or for people who are going to go ocean swimming? Because you do also the ocean swimming. I mean, then you're in the sea for a while, and then the sharks are there with you, and they're like, who's that?
Yeah, with sharks, I think it's more about kind of wrong place, wrong time. Like if you're swimming, they say dusk till dawn. Where it dusk and dawn, when it's getting a little bit darker, and that's the natural feeding time of sharks. That's kind of going to heighten your chances.
They're getting a bit hungry.
Yeah, they're hungry and they're looking for food, and I mean that's when the water's not as clear either. Maybe after if it's been raining the day before or something, and the water's a bit murkier and things like that. That's when you're starting to play with sharks' senses. So, if it's dark and it's feeding time and it's murky, well, they're looking for food, and if you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, well, there's a heightened chance there. But for the most part, if it's clear water and it's the middle of the day, and there's no problem.
Is there something like swimming wear that they don't like the color of, or is there like any way to actually say to the shark, I'm not the thing that you actually want to eat tonight?
Yeah, you hear different myths about colours and things like that, and from my understanding, they're not too worried about different colours, but they do have an attraction to shiny things. I've heard some myths being dispelled recently about maybe not wearing shiny rings and things like that because it that might be an attractor. But wrong place, wrong time. That's what it comes down to. The odds are very, 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 very slim, and you shouldn't even be thinking about it when you go in.
Yeah, no. Well, that's how we should do it. Don't worry about it. Sharks, they are in the ocean, but usually not with us. So just don't worry about it. And you can't really help stuff if it actually happens to you anyway. I mean, it's probably the swimming pool is just as dangerous as the ocean in the end. That's kind of true actually, because we have more people drowning in their backyard pools than we do in the oceans. Yeah, so that is actually even true. Well, thank you so much, Andre Slade from OceanFit, for your tips about sharks. And we don't have to worry about them. Thank you so much.